What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-hosts in the building, Auntie Swan and Mike G. What's good, y'all? How's everybody's Friday evening doing?
Doing
Wonderful,
good.
wonderful. It's almost
Man,
Sunday.
look, it is in full swing football season. We got the Packers playing the Eagles right now in a good-ass game. High school football is out and rolling in Texas. So, I know the viewership may not be what it was the last few weeks because everybody's focused on a lot of different things, but I'm glad y'all tuning into the H-Town Rundown. Well, we're about to break down the first game of the NFL season for our Houston Texans against them funk-ass Indianapolis Colts. um, so we're going to talk about it, but I do want to review because we had the game last night against two potential teams that we plan on facing in the playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. I just want to get y'all thoughts about the game, and I'll give mine. Who want to go first?
Go ahead, Swan.
Okay. I could see them in the play. Well, I would expect we will see one of them in the playoffs because we're going deep. So one of them will be an AFC championship game. Um, Hell, we may even see both of them because, maybe the Ravens don't only make it to the divisional round and we bust that ass and move on to the next. But we also see them the week before Christmas and on Christmas Day. What I saw last night, which is only week one, and we all have the overreaction to week one, but I'm one of those folks. I'm gonna overreact. Uh, Ravens didn't scare me. Defense, I figured they'll be even better. I mean, or just as good. I mean, that's just a mantra. They offense, uh, likely went off, but Lamar, how you in this offense the second year in a row? And to me, I didn't feel like it was really clicking. And these are not new receivers; these are the ones you had last year. So,
No, that's a problem. But we'll
so
talk
that's what
about
I'm saying is like, okay, your second season with this offense, second season with Zay Flowers, and you've had Isaiah likely going into his third year. Mark Andrews, like he washed. I'm sorry. So I don't know. There were some throws. Had me some head scratchers. The offensive line, till if they don't get that, can be had because them two new guards. Oh, that looked nasty. I'm sorry, it did. And I'm going like, oh, I know Danielle Hunter and William just licking their chops. Let's get that offensive line. The Chiefs, and I'm just gonna put this disclaimer out here, folks that don't know, I am a Longhorn fan. Hook 'em. So I was very excited to see horns down. Yeah, okay. Uh, hey, how about them Irishmen?
Look,
But anyway,
hey,
I,
they
I,
were,
I that
look,
speed kills.
Yeah.
So you can't be letting him get no free releases. I'm just gonna say that. It ought to be a long day, but I expect that they could be had. You could find yourself in a slugfest with them. They are beatable, but we'll see.
Yeah. Once again, PSA, fuck the Bills for letting the Chiefs. Like, if the Panthers had done it, it'd be like, okay, they're a bad team in NFC. But you can't, as a perennial AFC playoff contender, just go, oh, what's that, Kansas City? It's the first round. Oh, you want somebody? You want a star receiver who nobody can cover because he's too damn fast? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll let you have him. Um, I'm scared if the Chiefs are able to stay healthy and they got now Worthy does have some drops. He had him in college. He'll have him in the NFL where you're like, oh my God, he wide open and he drops it. He didn't have those drops because he only was targeted 2 or 3 times last night. Obviously extremely efficient and prolific when he got the ball in his hands. Rashee Rice too. Had I known, and I know a lot of people would say this, Had I known he was just going to be able to play all year, yeah, I would have drafted him a lot more. Mahomes was targeting him on slants. I mean, he became Michael Thomas last night.
Snap man.
Yeah, but he looked good. So the Chiefs got a lot of weapons. We got a lot of weapons too, though. Ravens. I mean, Lamar looked really good when he was taking off running. That's always been true.
Oh, you saying as long as he's playing running back?
Yeah, as long as he's running, you really can't stop him in the open field. And I look kind of smart with my investments in Justice Hill there, but
because Henry, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, the Ravens' offense is definitely a work in progress, which is not something you'd expect from a serious contender when they're going into their second season in this system, with the same cast of characters aside from Derrick Henry. But I mean, it was a good game overall. Obviously, came down to the last play. I really thought that we were going to go to OT or Ravens.
You talking about a smidget of a piece of a fucking shoe?
Yeah.
Damn. I was like, man, in all honesty, it should have been overtime because that's how you're supposed to have this first game of the season. It's supposed to be epic like that.
Yes.
Where, the Ravens coming back and all of this shit, but
what? Hold on. So we're gonna talk about the half, a quarter of a inch, a pinch, whatever. Being a size 13, he probably should have been a size 11. That's a touchdown. But let's talk about the wide open Zay Flowers.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Because it never came down to that play because you had him wide open. Because I know my quarterback wouldn't have missed him.
So
yeah, he definitely wouldn't have missed him. And God rest his soul, Steve Roll right about Zay Flowers. If he has more opportunities in that offense, he can really feast. I mean, even McDuffie's one of the better corners in the league, and he was having trouble covering him.
My bad. I'm trying to.
I'll take my tank.
As,
Steve Roll used to say, I'll take tank over Zay all day.
Let me say this, man. There was a lot of observations I had in that game. One, Kansas City tackles, doo-doo.
Oh yeah.
2, Baltimore's offensive line, doo-doo. Swan said it earlier. Why the hell are you putting Falele at guard? What the fuck? A 6'8", 6'9". What? No, Falele like 6'10", ain't it? Something.
Yeah, he was always a tackle.
Something like that, 6'8", 6'9". I think.
Yeah, like ridiculous. Like who the fuck plays a 6'8" fucking person at guard? Like in nobody's offense does this shit work. Right, you right, Slime. Hey, stay raw.
That's right.
Stay raw.
But Lamar Jackson, the lack of weapons is hurting him, and I feel like they got worse at running back with Derrick Henry.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that because there was a debate last night about the lack of weapons. How? If you're a 2-time MVP, aren't you supposed to elevate?
You are, but Bateman and Aguilar, honestly, how many teams are they starting for? Really?
No.
3, maybe?
So
when that guy came in, he's supposed to have the worst weapons.
Let me say this. I understand what you're saying, but Lamar Jackson, just imagine all the quarterbacks we had. Whether you want to say Matt Schaub, whether you want to say Deshaun Watson, regardless of if you like him or not. But all in all, just imagine if Deshaun never had Will Fuller or if he had Will Fuller and he never had DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, but
the whole time.
But his thing
is that in the same thing. And then go back to Matt Schaub. Just imagine if Matt Schaub never had Andre Johnson.
Hold up, but Zay Flowers is a number 1. You had him. You be missing him. It went back to last year again. You can't hit the deep ball. Your shit going out of bounds. You almost
Look,
put your tight end in the hospital with that
I
pass
under,
he threw.
I understand Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson is to me not the best passer, and I mean it's not even shouldn't
Right.
be a shocking statement. Lamar Jackson is not a great passer of the football. That's not his game. But in still, like the regardless of who it is, I mean we're looking at this game right now with Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts is not one of the greatest passers of the
But
football.
he's but he's better than Lamar.
He's better than Lamar, but look what Jalen Hurts has had to work with since he came into the
Oh, damn.
league.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just the point, like, ever since Lamar got there, can you name me a top receiver that he's had other outside of Zay Flowers? And
I mean,
don't give me no broke down ass
OBJ, I wasn't
OBJ.
gonna say that. I wouldn't have. No. You said top wide receiver. You didn't.
I
Like
mean, other than
just like
Aguilar,
a solidified top guy. He don't have to be
No,
top
he
10
hasn't.
or
No, he hasn't. But here's the problem you have is that that's not his game. And his thing is part of it is him. One is to me, Lamar, you slightly got better from your rookie year to when you won the MVP, but you still, to me, from a passer standpoint, you still to me look like somebody who's in their second year. You don't look like you've polished very much.
he
I
looked
mean, it's
he looked
mental.
better last year throwing the football
Okay,
than he did last night.
but I'm saying this. His skill set is his running. He's extremely athletic. I give him that. So who are you going to get to come there? Because your offense is dictated on
So
heavy run.
That
So
that's the thing. Like we're a unique situation because we were able to get Stephon Diggs. But how many receivers have we signed as a Houston Texan franchise in the offseason, big name wide receivers in the offseason that came in over the course of our history that we didn't draft? Every successful wide receiver, not including Stephon Diggs, because he ain't even played it down yet.
right,
But outside of Stephon Diggs, every wide receiver that has been successful for the Houston Texans, we drafted like big time success. I ain't talking about like the Kevin Walters and shit like that, or Jacoby Jones or whoever, or even well hell Jabbar Gaffney we drafted. He was the only receiver we had the first year before Andre came. So it's like every wide receiver that has had any kind of nominal success, we've drafted. That is the problem with Baltimore.
they can't draft wide receivers.
They
I mean,
can't,
except for
for
Zay.
whatever reason. Hell, Zay Flowers is a. Let's be honest.
But would you say his career is going to get wasted? Possibly.
I don't think his career is going to get wasted unless they put somebody next to him. If they don't ever put anybody next to him, then Zay Flowers may be out there on the island by himself. What they call the island of irrelevancy.
Okay,
But
but
that to me, that is the thing. They tried to draft a wide receiver in Bateman. I don't know why did they extend him. That shit was stupid. He's maybe like a wide receiver 4 in a decent offense.
if we signed him as our wide receiver 4, I'd be upset.
Yeah.
What we
Okay.
doing? You guys know
I think maybe I have more confidence in my quarterback, but I think if Bateman was on this team with CJ, he would be better.
Even still, Bateman, yeah, he'll be better. But Bateman, even with CJ, I don't think Bateman with CJ could be a number 2 receiver. And that's like elevating to the max. Like I don't think Bateman has a lot of talent. Like he's athletically, yeah, he does. But as far as like he hasn't shown it on the football field for me to say, oh yeah, he got talent.
Okay, but isn't that kind of like what we went through with
look, I'm
Nico
not
Collins
even,
No, hold up. But that's what folks were saying. He won a number 1, and not just because of injury. Folks did not and wanted to trade for folks, wanted to draft because folks said we didn't have a number 1. Nico ain't a number 1.
Right. We've been down this road with Nico. like multiple times. I don't think it's been an episode of the H-Town Rundown where we ain't brought up goddamn Nico Collins, but it's
I gotta represent Doc Payton.
like, shout out Johnny, shout out Yvonne, LaSlime,
Hey,
chill out,
Vaughn.
King Folker.
I gotta say Flocka because that's all I've known it as. Because when y'all say it the other way, it messes me up.
Daniel Berry Sports, man. Shout out to everybody in the
What
comments.
up, Johnny Martin? I thought it said
yeah.
Manziel for a moment. I was like, what?
Nah,
That said Martin.
look, it won't surprise me. But let me say this: like, the talent is just ridiculous. Like, you talking about Mark Andrews, you saying he's not himself. I will give Mark Andrews the benefit of the doubt and give him to mid-season because that injury he had.
Got a tibia, but he's older.
Yeah, I know he's over it now, but it's like it's still an adjustment because
no, I'm saying it's because you're older coming back from the injury
right.
is what I'm saying.
He was also double covered quite a bit last night.
Now Isaiah Likely, yes, he is a guy, but at the end of the day, when you bring in Derrick Henry, that's what I mean. They got worse than running back. Like, Derrick Henry is not giving nothing. Like, he looking like the 2 games he played against us. Them, what is that? 16 yards, and what was the other game?
Yeah. But here's also the thing is that Derrick Henry, which would be, and that's going to be on Monken, because technically speaking, you're gonna have to figure out how to give Derrick Henry more touches because he is one of those guys that's got to have multiple. He's one of those that what I'm saying is, thank you, Mike G. He's got to continue to have it. Whereas that how he used to beat us down is, guess what? You just beat down D-line, and by the time you get to the third quarter, you're tired. And then you miss a tackle or you break one and bam, he gone to the house, or you got 40 yards on you. The problem is he got 11 touches last. No, yeah, was he 11? Yeah, 11 touches last night.
Let me say
the interior line was so bad.
Yeah, the O-line is bad. And let me say this too, to counter your point. If they can't throw the ball effectively, I think it was a stat during the game, because we need to move on to the Texans. We going way in depth on this game, but if it was a stat during the game saying Lamar Jackson's average yard per pass was like a 1 yard or less than 1 yard. So he basically was throwing horizontally instead of throwing down the field.
You mean a bubble screen?
Yeah, it was screens galore, tight end, little out route tight end, plays. So if Baltimore can't throw the ball down the field, then they're always going to have 7-8 man boxes. Yeah. And it's going to be ridiculously hard to run. Even if you are Derrick Henry, you're not going to be effective. So that is the problem when it goes going back to the whole weapons thing. If you don't have no weapons and you don't have no outside threat, then it's not going to benefit. Both things have to operate together. Like, even if you're a run heavy team, if you're effective, semi-effective in the pass game, your run game is just going to explode even more. I mean, we've seen it for years with Pittsburgh, running the football, running it down your throat, running. But then they'll turn around and the quarterback will throw a 50-yard bomb or some crazy shit like that. And then you have to respect the pass. Then their play action is wide the fuck open. Then when you complete your play action, then you go back and you hand the ball off. Now that's open. So, like, all of those things tie in, and that's Baltimore's biggest problem, is that they don't have the vertical threats. Even Zay Flowers is as good a receiver as he is, because he's a good receiver. He's not a vertical threat. He's a playmaker, but he's not a vertical threat. They've got Bateman, who's supposed to be the vertical threat, but Bateman is a no-show. He's John Cena. You can't see him. So all of these things play into Baltimore's demise. That's why somebody, I don't know who said it, but they said he's the Lamar Jackson is the Charles Barkley of the NFL.
He's terrible.
He's not terrible, but he's a talent and he's a great player, but he's never going to win that championship. He's never going to win the Super Bowl. And I
Oh,
kind of
man,
agree
you
with
mean he's
that.
James Harden?
Well, James Harden may look up and win one on somebody's team.
No, I mean,
So,
no.
so it is what it is. But I think he just got caught up in bad luck. But going back to Kansas City, Kansas City has some flaws too.
Mhm.
Kansas City, both of these teams showed last night that they can get beat. And when we play Baltimore at home, I expect us to get our revenge and win on Christmas Day finally
Ho ho ho!
and beat the Ravens. Kansas City, that game is in Kansas City, but it's a winnable game. I said earlier, I think it was either pre-show or whatever that is. That game is at 12 o'clock. Kansas City is normally great at 3:15 Central
Definitely.
Time, 4:15 Eastern. That is their sweet spot at home. I don't think they've lost a game in that time slot at home in like 4, 5, 6 years.
They're gonna flex
But
that game.
probably, yeah, probably. No, hell no. They better
Depends
not.
on the weather. If if it's not raining, if there's no snow, we should be good.
Yeah. He said Killer Cow say the offensive tackles, they whole offensive line is ass. How about that? The whole Baltimore offensive line is doo-doo. Now these two teams that's playing tonight, that's a whole different ass story. Like
Hmm.
Well, but no, but they have new O line. Eagles do. So look at them. But you know what it is? Is that Baltimore does not play their starters in the preseason and so forth, and it's because of their injury history. Whereas at least with other teams, you played at least a couple of series, a half, something to get some kind of continuity. Silverback, get some kind of continuity. Whereas they are treating now as a preseason, so you can be got easily.
so I agree. So it's just a lot going on, but once again, the game last night has proven that I don't fear anybody. What DeAndre Hopkins say, I fear God. I don't fear nobody in the
Hmm.
AFC. But the NFC, the Packers game that we play in Green Bay, that's gonna be a doozy. To me, that's gonna be
I got
the
that as an L, just for the record.
yeah. I think that's gonna be the real litmus test. Like, regardless of how the first 6 games go, that game against Green Bay is gonna tell us a lot about the Houston Texans going into the rest of the season. So if we're able to be competitive and we lose like on the last second field goal, I'm not gonna be upset about it. But if we pull out that game and we win,
Mm.
shit, our best off. If we can beat Green Bay in Green Bay in the middle of the season, where the weather's probably gonna be cool down, they may have some conditions there and everything. We're able to pull that win, like you can't tell me shit about the Texans. So other than that, we about to see what's up on this game on Sunday in
Mm.
Indianapolis. Did y'all see the little thing where they got corn husks for the field now? Like, I
What?
don't know if it's real or not, but somebody in the AFC South chat had put that the Colts revamped their turf, and on the turf, let me find the tweet. Hold on. It says that the Colts have switched to coconut husk and cork for their field. I think it's I mean, it came from ML Football, so it may be a fake tweet or whatever. But to me, that's hilarious.
Hmm.
That they got coconut husk and cork as their turf or whatever for the field. So,
I mean, the
um,
Titans are incorporating mayonnaise, so
they got plastic bottles in their turf. Plastic helmets bottles in the turf. But no, I think it's gonna be an interesting game on Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts. Division game, first game of the season. Anthony Richardson versus CJ Stroud. Um, I call him IR5. IR5. Instead of AR5, IR5.
uh,
Um, but it's gonna be an interesting game. Josh Downs was announced that he's gonna be out. I mean, we kind of figured that anyway. They already down the tight end. Do they still have Mo Alley Cox, or is he
Yeah.
out? So
Yeah, they have him. I mean, he's a real scary threat, though.
yeah. So, well, I mean, hell, if you ain't got nobody, you talking about somebody can't get the ball to nobody. But other than that, man, it's gonna be a very interesting game. We're gonna talk about the keys to the game. But I want to hear y'all thoughts about this game because if you're a Texan fan, you gotta be hype as shit for this game because it's about that time, man. Ready to roll. What are your thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, I'm hyped. I mean, this is all we've been waiting for. I think Nico Collins is gonna. I mean, honestly, name a defense in this league that can cover 3 number 1 wide receivers and contain an elite quarterback in a system he's already well adapted to. Like this is gonna be great. And the Colts defense, especially their secondary, has been a steaming pile of garbage. So I think CJ can uncork 400 yards. I'm interested to see how the D line kind of adapts. Obviously, we got Daniil Hunter who's going to bring some big playmaking off the edge, but I mean, and I can't wait to see Lassiter and Stingley together because I think that's going to really make for a dynamic duo. What are your thoughts, Juan?
I'm excited. I mean, all I've been hearing all season was, be careful, sophomore slumps and all that other shit. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm excited to see what Mixon is going to be in the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Because having a true another receiver type back, along with him running, I just like in my mind, I'm envisioning that folks will get. It's gonna be like Keystone Cops chasing after our wide receivers. I'm excited to see what Stover is going to be as a rookie because he'll get his spots in there. So I'm going to see, most importantly, how Slowick is in his second season. I'm not worried about CJ or Tank or anything like that. It really is. Now you have too much. So what do you do when you have too much? So it's one thing when you're limited. It's like, okay, I'll play a conservative. But how do you feed all those folks? Because you got a lot of folks to feed. I know CJ said I'm hitting the open guy. But I mean, how you dialing it up? So I'm excited on that end. On the defense, man, I'm excited for the front seven. Having a middle linebacker that really is a middle linebacker, that is, truly the quarterback of the defense. I like that nastiness that Aziz has. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Will. That you got Daniil Hunter on the other side, and I want to see what Foley and them got.
Let me say this: you said something about how is CJ gonna feed them, all the miles. So in the AFC South chat on X on Twitter, they love calling CJ Jesus. Didn't Jesus feed?
Hey, that little kid did have a sign. They made the little sign. With,
Yeah, didn't Jesus feed the masses with 5 loaves and 2 fish? I think CJ Stroud can feed Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Stephon Diggs with 1 football.
Yeah, but see, it's not just those 3. Like I said, you got
Dalton
you got
Schultz and
Schultz. As I'm
Mixon
saying this, you got all these miles.
he can feed them all. Jesus can feed the masses with 5 loaves and 2 fish. The CJ can feed all them boys with 1 football.
Like I said, I know he can. I just want to see how does Slowick handle having too much, because some people, especially analytical people, when you give them too much information, they get bogged down because you got to figure out, can you keep everybody guessing? or are you going to, how to say this a nice way? Get in your own way. I'll say it that way. I think it's a nice way to say it. Whereas that, you know what I want to say.
You say it, shit.
Now, here's my thing is, last year you attempted to try to run, and it took you 9 weeks to figure out you needed to use Singletary versus Damon because it wasn't working. Mixon is a different animal. I don't want you to get too bogged down because Mixon is he's gonna get his. He's gonna get the yardage. I don't want you to get bogged down and not realize you are a passing team. That your pass is setting up the run.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, AJ Brown.
Okay, see that's what Lamar can't do.
God damn, this is gonna be a 40-something game.
Yeah, this gonna be a track meet. And hold up, and they just came out of the half, and that's what I'm talking about.
Jair Alexander got beat like a drum.
And that's what you do when you come out of halftime. You don't sit up there and say,
now. Oh Lord.
Oh, we man.
That's what I'm saying is you come out right there.
Hey.
So you're not playing around. I'm finna hit you right here.
I apologize, everybody. We all getting look. I know y'all watching the game too, man. This is a good ass game. These first two games, hey, they give a lot of they giving what they say they giving.
The script writers are in their bag.
Hey,
I hope we can do that at noon.
So ain't no hope about it. Shit, it's gonna happen. I ain't doubting nothing. Personally, I think this is gonna be more of a blowout of a game. I know people expecting it to be tight. I'm expecting the game in Houston to be tighter than this game in Indy on the first game. I am. There's not a lot of game tape with this offense as currently constructed. You're talking about what, a quarter in Green Bay? No, man, I mean Green Bay. In Pittsburgh, a quarter in Pittsburgh, if that. And then you're talking about the full offense didn't even play against the Giants. So you don't even, like, there's not a lot of game tape for Indy to reference. Indy's bringing back the same damn team. So same coordinator, they doing, ain't nothing new that Indy's bringing to the table other than bootleg Cam Newton.
Right, but here's the difference. What is different for us is that we have not played with both guys in the game because JT didn't play in the first game. AR did. He got hurt, but and then the last game, AR didn't play, but JT did. So we have not seen the both of them yet.
But
together.
Yeah, and I agree. But nothing has changed for them schematically. Like the same way they're approaching the game the same way on offense and defense. They didn't add anything on defense, so they're bringing back basically the same damn team on defense. So yeah, go ahead for that computer die. I already know where you're going, Mike.
So he wasn't plugged in already?
Yeah, he wasn't.
No, I'm not plugged in. No, it got loud downstairs.
See, I say plugged in, Hey.
No, I got plenty battery.
Oh shit. Damn, I thought he he got knocked. Jordan Love got hit. I think that was Carter that hit him. But other than that, like, it's a lot going on. Yvonne said it earlier in the chat. They gotta play man. They gotta play man against.
Oh yeah, see that carve you up that zone.
And because I'm like, play zone if you want to. And so I think the Texans are coming with this mindset that they can't bullshit around. I don't think they're going to be doing a lot of that. Boy fumbled the ball, dumbass. Yeah.
Oh damn.
doing dumb shit.
He wasn't holding it high and tight.
No, he was up there trying to stretch out and just that motherfucker flew out.
No, trying to dance a little bit.
Oh no, he ain't tried to stretch out. That motherfucker got hit.
I said he wasn't holding it high and tight. That's the rule. Fortunately, his guy got it back for him.
He gonna kill a cat.
Damn, bro. Some paranormal activity.
No.
But no, I think that the Texans have the advantage on a lot of different fronts. I think the
You know what
biggest.
Mike G look like a Spike
Man,
Lee
how many
movie.
rooms in that house, Mike? Shit, you done been in for.
A bunch.
Hold up. You know how in Spike Lee movies, you know how you do that thing where you be on the little thing and it, what you call a little dolly little thing, you know, the camera. You know what I'm talking about, AD.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Mike G like. He on some kind of trolley or something. He being pulled.
But no, this look, this is a lot of stuff, man. I think I want to go ahead and go into the keys of the game because I think we know when we give our prediction, we all know what the prediction gonna be. Shout out Carter's because we are going live on Dante's YouTube as well. But shout out Coach Dante.
Ooh, damn. Ooh,
yeah. That was bad.
Yeah, that's what took CJ out that time.
Yeah. So hold on. What Dre they say? I expect us to have growing pains, but having said that, oh yeah, I mean, I still expect us to put 30 on their head. Like
pause.
No,
that's not a pause.
It's not a pause worthy. Now, if I would have said put 30 nuts on their head, then yeah, that's a pause.
Damn.
But other than that, like I want to go ahead and get the keys to the game because to me these are very, very important. I want to hear y'all keys and then I'll get my keys to the game. Yeah, this one gonna run quickly, y'all, because I'm trying to get back to this game and just like y'all trying to get back to y'all game. But go ahead, Swan. What's your keys to the game?
Keys to the game is controlling JT. Containing AR, force him to pass so he can be as inaccurate as he is. Turnovers, limit them to none, preferably. Force turnovers. And actually, to me, it's really play call on the offense. I mean, there's really nothing to me that the Colts can do to stop us. We just need to play our game. And defense, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they may be, rookie growing pain a little bit with Lassiter. That may be a play here and there. But other than that, I really think he's going to do well in Indy. I mean, you just got to focus because I'm assuming he can hang with AD Mitchell a little bit. Just don't let him get behind you, and then you'll be all right. I'm curious to see Stingley. I saw Stingley. What's that boy name? Jalen Petrie. In a nickel. So to me,
5 playing a nickel.
So that truly to me is the only thing that is still a little concerning.
A little.
Other than that, I really don't fear them. So to me, those are the keys.
Mike, what you got, man?
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have shared my notes with Swan there. That I was going to point out about, you got to contain Jonathan Taylor, obviously, kind of keep Anthony Richardson in the pocket, because as much as he can struggle, throwing short to intermediate passes, hell, we talked about it pre-draft quite a bit, and it's still true. Doesn't have that many reps, so of course, a work in progress is still going to be a work in progress. But Shane Steichen can dial up some creative plays and get him going. So we got to contain him. And I don't know how many of y'all noticed with all of the damn pre-snapped.
And they had one of those called in this game yet. So I don't know if it's because they got the Brazilian referees or whatever, but they ain't had that call not one time in this game. I think the fix was in on Kansas City.
Now, as much as we all love Tunsil,
Oh, shit.
we can't be having 20 penalties because he might have flinched, so we're gonna throw it. Like, so avoiding that honestly is the key to the game. We know CJ is gonna be cooking, mixing behind that new look O line. Pick your poison with all of our receivers. Like, you can match up with Diggs. Okay, well, Nico and Tank Dell are wide open. Like and we know the Colts can't cover them. So, yeah. How soon can we put up 30 points? That's a question. Which
First
quarters?
half, 30 in the first half.
See, that's what Lamar couldn't do.
Oh, you talking about that pass to Christian Watson?
Mm-hmm. Throw it where he's supposed to be.
CJ has to be precise with his throws. I mean, that's not a concern, but sure.
That's what the hell he is. That's what he does. That's what he does.
Yeah.
My keys to the game. Before I give my keys, I do want y'all to see that ticker at the bottom. And y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this podcast, the H-Town Rundown. Y'all go ahead and follow myself. Y'all go ahead and follow Mike G, Auntie Swan, Jules, and go ahead and follow C. Roy's page as well. It's a lot of spaces. It's a lot of comments. It's a lot of good content from C. Roy, that you may want to go and check out. Y'all go ahead and follow that page as well. And follow us on Instagram as well, the H-Town Rundown Podcast. Follow us on Spotify, H-Town Rundown Podcast, and on Facebook, the H-Town Rundown. And we do have a website, htownrundown.org. So y'all go ahead and check us out there as well, on all those different platforms. So yeah, go ahead and give us a follow, a shout, hit that notification bell, like, share, and subscribe, and be a part of the community, man. My keys to the game is really the trenches. It's the trenches. How do we dominate on the defensive line? And how do we hold up on the offensive line? How can we be dominant on both sides of the ball on the offensive and defensive line? Can we be dominant enough to be effective in the run game? Can we push Buckner and what's 90's name?
Grover Stewart.
Grover Stewart. Okay. Can we get those guys out the paint? Can we limit, because they have edge rushers, but they're not scaring me on the edges for the Colts. If we can neutralize Grover Stewart and Buckner, then we have a chance to be very effective in the run game. And if we're effective, even semi-effective in the run game, Mixon has like 70, 80 yards rushing. Like, he doesn't even have to have 100, but if he has like 70, 80 yards rushing, like, that passing game is just going to open up and the secondary is cooked. So, expect, between CJ to, my expectation is CJ to have between 300 and 400 yards passing, and at least 2 to 3 touchdowns. So definitely going to have a big game from CJ. He's been talking shit the whole off season. This is his time to back it up against CJ Speed and Zaire Franklin and all those boys in Indy that they've been beefing and talking this whole off season. So it's going to be a hellified game. I think one other key is, of course, the linebackers. Like, how are we going to fare? Because that was the biggest thing in that game in Indy when Jonathan Taylor had those huge runs, was missed tackles from linebackers, missed tackles at the line of scrimmage. Can we change that, clean that up, and can our linebackers be effective in the run game? Not expecting much at all in the pass game from my linebackers, because not now one of those three, Hanson, Noah, or damn Aziz, are good to or great. Let me say it this way. They're not great or good in pass coverage. So if they can at least be dominant, effective, and going downhill in the run game, then we may have something, to say, because once again, If you make Anthony Richardson throw the football, you already won the game. Anthony Richardson is a glorified tight end playing quarterback. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it. But I want to go ahead and go right into the score predictions. We'll start with Mike G, then go to Swan, and I'll round us off. Pause. Go ahead, Mike.
I got the Texans 38, Colts 21.
Man, you gave him 21 points?
I mean, they got a garbage time touchdown, you know.
Mike said, you said Texans 38 and the Colts
21.
Swan, what you got?
I got Texans 31, Colts 23.
Ooh.
And then Swan, you said Texans what?
31.
Texans 31, Colts 23.
All right. And Swan has the Texans 31, Colts 20. That's a close ass game, Swan. Let me say this. Fuck all that. I said it on the podcast on the Houston Texans roundtable with Ruben and Harley earlier this week. It's 33-13 is what I got. This is not gonna be close. This is just gonna be a blowout.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope y'all are right. I really do.
Yeah, buddy.
I really want to talk my shit. I really do.
Oh, trust and believe when we win this game.
The blowout would make because if it's close like this, then obviously they'll say a play here, there, whatever may be the case.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can't get. What did you have, Mike G?
Mike 21? G had 38-21.
Yeah, so if they get only 21 or 13, but we still in the 30s. Because remember last year, we lost 31-20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're not scoring 30 points on us. Killer Cal said he got the Texans 45-20.
Woo! Oh, we put a 40 burger. All right.
Yeah, I'm surprised y'all giving them 20 points. I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you how I got it. AR is going to get a touchdown, whether it's running or throwing. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
We go give up one to JT, so that's 14, and the rest could be next 3 field goals.
I don't know.
If you think about it, I mean, for the most part, the JT.
If they score 20 points, we have turned the ball over at least one time. At least 1 or 2 times for them to get 20-some points.
I don't think so. We didn't turn the ball over last year.
What you just said is that they scored on 5 possessions. They're not scoring on 5. They're not scoring 5 possessions.
Okay.
I just don't see it.
I mean, how many possessions you think they're going to get? I mean, you got to give them the ball. I mean, what's the average?
I mean,
plays about 65, close to 70. I would expect
65 plays
to go run.
But you're talking about like 10 total drives, 10 to 12 drives per game per team. Depending on these, quick drives, 3 and outs and stuff. But on average, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 10 to 12 per game per team. So you saying that the Colts gonna score on half their possessions?
If I'm holding you to field goal, you're only getting 3. I'm fine with that. Maybe because I've seen Steichen from the Chargers to Philly, as well as last year with goddamn Gardner Minshew. So he is a
bless you.
Bless you. He is a good play caller. He is a good offensive mind. So I expect that he is going to scheme up where they're going to be in scoring position. Now, that's my expectation. Now, like I said, I hope you're right, AD, and they only get 13. Hell, I'll take a shot at it. I mean, let's just be honest. But
look, let me say this. Jordan Love, these last 2 passes looking like Lamar Jackson. I don't know what happened, but When you said Minshew, I said I want to say bless you. Um,
I'm just saying, if we were in our house, it'd be different because I think the payback would be different, based on that taste from last year how it went down. But we prevented them from going to the playoffs and winning the division. So I expect there'll be a little bit of extra hype. That's why, like I said, I'll give them 23, but I just anticipate that we will put up at least 31.
Oh yeah, I think we all are
Oh,
expecting. You saw that? You just saw that?
yeah, but a flag.
um.
Oh,
So I think we all.
that's C-Roll guy.
Yeah,
Kobe Dean.
Kobe Dean. Yeah, I think we all are expecting the Texans to put up 30 points at least. That should be the expectation going forward. Shout out the group chat. We were on the space with Barrett and them, and we were talking about high scoring offenses. I think the other day, and last year the Texans had averaged 22 points a game with a lot of to be left on the field. Like they'll have these few games where they go crazy on offense, and then they'll turn around and just have a whole like 2 or 3 games where it's like, what the fuck? I don't think that's going to happen this year. A lot of that to me was Bobby Slow trying to get his feet in the ground, get his feet wet, understanding what he has on offense and everything. Now, I think they have a full understanding of the offense. So expecting 30 plus points a game for the Texans, I think this offense can average between 28 and 30 points a game.
Oh, absolutely. Should be.
So right. So it's a lot. It's a lot going into it, but I do want to say this programming note. Y'all know what time it is. It is the all 22 round table, and we're running it back again. We're running it back again for the third year in a row. And we're gonna have the all 22 on Tuesday night. We're gonna start the podcast off with a special guest, John Hickman. Y'all know him from Texans, from Locked On Texans. So y'all go ahead and tune in on Tuesday night. Watch us with John Hickman. Then y'all already know the craziness ensues as soon as that all 22 pops up on our screen. So it's gonna be a excellent podcast night. So y'all be sure to check in. Go ahead and put that notification bell on so you can catch that episode. You don't want to miss it. We will start at an earlier time. As y'all know, the all 22 takes good little time, good little bit of time. So be prepared as we watch film and cover the game and have a lot of fun talking about it. So other than that, any final comments before we go ahead and sign off? Going once. Going twice.
I mean, the road to the Super Bowl starts on Sunday.
There you go. The Super Bowl. Go ahead and book y'all rooms, Texans fans in New Orleans. Well, you ain't gonna be able to find nothing in New Orleans. Y'all need to go ahead and
It's too late already.
yeah, go ahead and all them outside cities and them little country hick towns in Louisiana. Y'all go ahead and book some hotel rooms out there.
Yeah.
And just go ahead and pull up to New Orleans.
That's right. It's only a 5.5 hour drive if you drive like I do.
But I ain't driving. Look, I'm not driving down there for the Texans.
Oh, you gonna fly? You gonna go up and down for about 55 minutes?
I ain't doing that either. First of all, I'm not doing same day, nothing. Not in New Orleans. I need to stay. I need somewhere to stay.
Oh, no. I already told them at work. I said, here's the thing. If we get to the Super Bowl, I'll tell you already, I'm only working 1 day, 2 days, maybe Thursday, Friday, I'll be recovered. I said, because Monday I ain't coming back.
They're gonna have to shut the city down for a whole
hold on. I say Tuesday, I'm still trying to recover. And I say Wednesday gonna be the parade.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And
definitely.
I'll be working from home. For sure.
Hey, now is the time to make friends with some Saints fans so they can come through for you in February.
Look, if you live in Texas, you're born in Texas, raised in Texas, you got a cousin, an auntie, uncle, somebody that's in Louisiana, that stays in Louisiana. You know you can hit them up. So y'all go ahead and do that. And go ahead and bookmark it. Go and place your bets right now. The Texans going to the Super Bowl.
You ain't trying to link up with, so it's like
I'll put all my problems and all my issues with you down for one night. All I need is one night only. All I need is one night. Give me one night and let me get some sleep. Pass out for a little bit after I'm get off my drunk high. Then I'm going ahead and we're gonna head back to the H. But other than that, man, it's been a wonderful, wonderful episode of the H-Town Rundown. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Frank Z, who say the Coast secondary will be CJ Bitch again.
Oh,
Killer Cal, Dre Day, Carter's Eat, Yvonne, of course. And then you got La Slime, Chill Out, King Folka, Daniel Berry Sports. Shout out everybody. And like La Slime says all the time, stay royal. And we will see y'all on Tuesday when we doing the all 22 of the Texans victory over the Indianapolis Colts. We're gonna talk our shit. Y'all need to go ahead and follow us on X. So you already know the spaces are gonna be live at 5. It's about to be a lot of crazy shit talking. It already has been with Colts fan this week. But just be prepared. It's about to be some serious. So
yep.
other than that, we will see y'all on Tuesday. And this has been a great episode. This is your boy AD with Auntie Swan, Mike G. See y'all, man. Peace.
Bye.